Hey everybody, MaskedMetaKnight4, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Fire Ash. Last time we took on Sawyer in the semi-finals, and now, it's time for the finals! Mario and Luigi versus Yoshi and Donkey. Sorry. Every time, it's really weird, I always get weird situations like this. So, have you guys ever played Mario Power Tennis? I know I'm going off topic. The opening cinematic, when Mario and Luigi make it to the finals in doubles in Mario Power Tennis, you'll hear the announcer, or basically Toadsworth, he'd be like, time for the finals! So anytime I get to the finals of anything, or reference the finals, or see the word, I always get reminded of that cutscene. Anyways, we're in the finals against Alain. Alright? And there's an episode that takes place before the actual finals. I study Mega Evolution. I thought you would say something different. Oh well. Yeah, Alain, he fought his way to the finals as well. He fought that Garchomp trainer, who calls his Garchomp Garchu, in the semifinals, and Mega Charizard took down Mega Garchomp. But rest in time for Ash and company, because some of the people from Lumiose come to visit, because Ash is in the finals after all. This is such a big deal. You got Clement's dad, you have Clembot, you know, they have a nice bonding heart-to-heart moment with Lumiose Galettes or whatever. Speaking of Lumiose, is there even a department store here? Or really in Kalos? Maybe I missed it. It's whatever, it's other regions. But he comes to visit, and Chespin gets lost, right? And Marin happens to be in Lumiose, and she runs into Clement's Chespin, and she gets reminded of her own Chespy, who's in a coma right now. And Tierno, Shauna, and Trevor, they're like, hey, is that Chespin's, or is that Clement's Chespin? And they basically reunite all of them together, and Ash and company, they figure out that Marin is Alain's traveling buddy, and that she was very sentimental about Chespin because her own Chespy is in a coma in Lysandre Labs. And Ash and company, they wish her the best. Hopefully Chespy is able to recover and whatnot. And Professor Sycamore, he's there to visit Ash as well. And we get official confirmation of what's going on with Ash and Greninja. And it's something called the Bond Phenomenon. And it's very rare, which makes Greninja very special, because, like I said, or like you see in the anime, Froakie was the one who chose Ash, and it probably felt like its latent power would only be awakened through Ash, which is why their bond is so strong, and they get to do this fusion dance transformation thing that's super special, that only them in the world can do it. Yeah. Alain, he's looking forward to fighting with Ash, right? Because he was somewhat bored fighting everybody else in the Kalos League, or just anyone in general. Ash is the only person who gets him excited for combat, because Ash just has that sort of pull, especially in Kalos. Let's hop into the arena. And Lysandre, he also makes an appearance at the Kalos League. He wants to watch the finals. He asks the league staff, hey, can I join the VIP room? I'm a very important man in the Kalos region. And he even gets a chance to talk to Ash. And he says that Greninja is the talk of the town, which makes sense because Greninja is a very special Pokemon. No other Greninja can do this. Ash is a very special trainer. And he tells Ash to promise him to talk with him after a league about the Bond Phenomenon and whatnot, and good luck in the finals. And Malva's talking to Alain about what's he gonna do after he completes the Mega Evolution gathering. And she's also surprised Alain is in the Kalos League, because you gotta remember at the beginning of the Mega Evolution specials that he wanted to be the strongest Mega Evolution trainer, but his goals slightly got changed because Marin's Chespy got sick, and he needs to be the strongest to protect the people that he loves. However, he is very looking forward to fighting Ash, right? And the only reason he participated in the Kalos League was also because of Ash. He knew that he was coming here, and he's like, you know what, I want to fight this guy. Which is very fortunate for Seedon, right? Obviously it's for narrative and whatnot, but how weird would it have been if they paired up in the first round? But yeah, let's do some final preparations before we fight. Ash versus Alain is a fight. A crazy fight indeed. I think we're gonna rock Citrus Berry. A part of me wants to run Lumberry, but I'm not gonna use Pikachu as a lead. In the anime, Ash starts off with Pikachu, but we're actually gonna start off with Hawlucha. Part of me wants to learn Stealth Rock, but I don't even know if anybody here can learn it. You know what? I'm gonna go check. We're gonna make a trip to Sinnoh. I know I'm patting out the episode, but whatever. I need to talk, alright? So, I think it's, in the city where Byron is residing is where I can find it. Yeah, let's start talking about the battle, right? Pikachu versus Tyranitar, right? Is Tyranitar pseudo-legendary? I keep forgetting. I know Tyranitar's a crazy Pokemon because freaking any competitive player runs that Pokemon. But that fight was very creative on Ash's behalf. Managed to take out a Tyranitar. The battlefield was a rocky field with a river in the middle, and Sandstream was activated. So Ash was able to splash the water of Pikachu's Iron Tail to get rid of the Sandstorm. Am I going the right way? Right, I can TP. He used Iron Tail to splash the water, which is very creative of him. But Alain also did that in the first round against Mega Charizard Y. But it was nice quick thinking. And Pikachu was able to take out Tyranitar, which is great. And then... who was it next? It was like Weavile versus Noivern or something, and... bro, I feel bad for Noivern. Isn't it crazy to think about how... a Dragon type is potentially Ash's weakest Pokemon on his Kalos team? It's one of those situations where Ash just needed to battle more with it. Because it never got to participate in any gyms. Because when Ash got it, what gym are you going to send it against? You're going to send it against a Fairy-type gym? I don't think so. What about... Mother Trucker! Nobody can learn it? Well, I thought Hawlucha could. Or are you going to send it against Olympia? I don't know about that. Olympia's tough. Are you gonna send it against Wolfric? Obviously not. So it got smoked by Weavile. But Hawlucha came to clean up against Weavile. It's really weird. So the anime will do some weird stuff with certain Pokemon in certain moments. This happens once in Gen 8, which we'll talk about once we get to it. But the river that they were fighting on, Weavile froze it. And Hawlucha was like steaming. It was just went on defense, and it would like tank the attacks of Weavile and provoke it, and it would be steaming. It was like rage or something. I don't know. It was really weird, but it's whatever, I guess. Sorry about that, got interrupted. But anyways, what was I saying? I think I was talking about Weavile and Hawlucha. Hawlucha gets taken out by Bisharp, who has Thunder Wave, which is quite nasty. So we're gonna... oops, we're not gonna keep the same moves. Thunder Wave and Guillotine, because Guillotine's a one-hit KO! And then it's a bird battle between Unpheasant and Talonflame. And I love flying-type battles because, you know, the camera can be pretty creative with following the Pokemon. I love at one point they fly by Ash and Ash yells at it to use Flame Charge. Just love that shot. It's really cool. They both take each other out because Kalos loves their close battles. And then later in the match, it's Pikachu versus Metagross. Pikachu gets another W off of a Metagross, the Metagross Slayer. And it jumps on top of it and spams Thunderbolt. And finishes it with an Iron Tail. And with 4 Pokemon lost of Alain, he's stuck with Goodra and... No, sorry. He's stuck with Bisharp and Charizard. I'm just gonna hop into the fight. We'll keep talking about the fight as we actually fight. Of all people I get to battle in the finals, it's you. Show me more of the power you hold. Alright, I'm back. I'm playing my own music now because I didn't expect them to play X, Y, and Z's theme. I mean, I probably should have, but for copyright's sake, I gotta need to mute that. But yeah, it's Bisharp and Charizard versus Pikachu, Goodra, and Greninja, Gekkoga. So, Bisharp comes out against... Actually... No, that's not true. It kind of everybody gets shocked because usually in fights like these, the anchor gets saved for last. But Alain sent out Charizard 5th. I remember watching this live for the first time, and I'm like, oh shoot, he's not saving it for last? Because you would hope that Ash can dwindle the rest of Alain's team before Charizard shows up. Dark Pulse, oh my god, lol. Do I switch in Gekkoga? What if I get hit really hard? We'll take the chance. Might go for a dark type move like Crunch or something. But yeah, Charizard came out. I'm like, oh shoot. Weavile. Swapped out again, huh? Interesting. But anyways, yeah, Charizard comes out, so Pikachu has to fight Charizard. And it put up a good fight, but he got Lysandre! Thank you, Citrus Berry. Now we're faster with our ability being activated, but I'm sure we were faster regardless. Flying Plus! And with Pikachu down, it's a 2-on-2, but Alain, he returns Charizard to send out Bisharp instead. So it's Bisharp versus Goodra. And Ash right off the bat goes for Rain Dance because he knows Bisharp has Thunder Wave and the ability for... Oh, shit. The ability for, do I stay in? How many Pokemon did I get rid of? 3? I'm trying to avoid the Charizard from coming in. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Some Talonflame. The ability for Goodra is Hydration. And that way it can heal any status ailments. So it makes hydration use, or sorry, it makes Thunder Wave useless. You lived? Nani? Brave Bird, die. Die. And dude, seeing Kalos in the rain is so sick. He's gonna go for a rock move. Need to bait out the dark type attack. Okay. Gekkoga, don't use a rock move, please. Oh, but we missed. That's even better. Mega Shuriken. Do the anime the full battle's a two-parter. So part 2 begins with Gujiro versus, or did it start with Gujiro versus? No, I don't think so. But whatever. The rain in the so good. It's so good. There's multiple rain dances in Kalos in general, so the anime looks fantastic. Dude, Gujiro was beating up Bisharp. Oh, fudge! Lysandre! It's here. I'm gonna go for a Dark Pulse first. We're gonna try and go for a flinch. Oh, Mega Shinka! Oh! No! No! I was hoping we get the. I was hoping we would live that. We lived it last time. Did I not have the right berry? Oh my goodness, I didn't have the right berry. It's fine though, okay? It's okay. Let's go for Boom Burst will kill, right? Oh, thank goodness. Thank you for the crit. Gujiro was like throwing around Bisharp and whatnot, and then it was starting to get overwhelmed by its physical attacks. Like, it got hit by an Iron Head one time, and that looked super painful, bro. But Bisharp eventually went down to, or Gujiro went down to Bisharp. This is why, like, the argument of, oh, the win streak was so dumb to begin with, because Gujiro only fought a few times. And even then, like, it's not a big deal. I think I'll always say this. Ash's Pokemon just need to battle a lot more so you can get a proper... So they have more time to shine, and they have a proper... more time in the sun. Because when it comes to league fights, obviously the ace is gonna pull up and be the best. Like Greninja, for example, and even Pikachu. Pikachu popped off. I was trying to see if I can get Gujiro some EXP. Cannon, 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 cannon. Talonflame! Kill him immediately! Nice. WWW. Oh. Now, hopefully, I can turn on the music again. Cool. So I'm going to talk a little bit more. Gujiro goes down. Greninja's the only one left, but it did rain dance before the fight was over. And Greninja versus Bisharp was really cool for how short it was. Seeing Bisharp trying to Iron Head all of the double team Greninja, and then it getting one-shotted by Mega Shuriken! And that was the final battle between Greninja and Charizard. Unfortunately, Ash didn't take advantage of the rain that much in the fight between Greninja and Charizard because they both transformed in the end. And Alonso joined the fight, and Ash is like, I'm gonna win this fight, and even though Alonso joined this, he realizes that he needs to be the strongest in order to protect the people he loves. He's gotta win this no matter what, and gets serious. And Mega Charizard X versus Ash Greninja, Satoshi Koga. One of the most butt-clenching battles I've had to watch ever. When it came to the anime for new episodes, if you wanted to watch it live without being spoiled, you would have to have your dedicated YouTube channel who would get copyright struck and taken down like 2 days later. You'd have to find them, put your trust in them, and once you wake up, you just go straight to their channel. Or whatever anime site that you would watch X, Y, and Z. You gotta put your head down and then watch that fight. Every time Greninja would hit Charizard, you would feel the blow, man. It's like, oh, Ash is one step closer to winning the Kalos League. And every time you hear Dragon Claw and you see Greninja getting wailed by it, I'm like, ah! And Ash is taking hits from it. Oh, and then when you hear Thunder Punch, coming on the punch, yeah, my heart would stop, right? Charizard trying to punch Greninja's lights out with a super effective electric attack, and Ash using the Mega Shuriken to block it off was super awesome. When Charizard went for Blast Burn, you know, it's I guess signature move if you want to call it that, because it's usually the finishing attack. Ash used Water Shuriken on the ground, which was so awesome. That was such a great idea. The fight was jam-packed. Seeing Greninja Aerial Ace Charizard and slam it onto the ground, I was like, yo, he's beating that Charizard up! And Marin's watching in the VIP room of Lysandre. Oh my goodness, dude. I will never forget that feeling of that fight that I watched for the first time. For the first time ever. And then both trainers are getting serious. And then Ash went crazy. Mega Shuriken! And then Greninja, it was a Water Shuriken was on fire or something. There was some SSJ energy in there, bro. That Water Shuriken was crazy that even shocked Alain. And then he went for Blast Up Burn! And then the final attacks collided into each other. The tension, all the smoke, right? And you see both Pokemon standing. You know you hate that as an anime watcher. When you see both Pokemon standing there, oh, the tension is so terrible. Happens every time. You'll see it with Charizard and Blastoise, Charizard and Blaziken, Infernape and Electivire. We don't really care about Unova. Skip that one. And then Greninja and Charizard. They're both standing there. And then it pans to Greninja, and he's standing there. And I expected him to, you know, get a little wobbly, but hang in there. But no. It hit the floor the second the particles of the Satoshige Koga transformation left its body. Oh my goodness. I will never forget that feeling. I will never, ever forget that feeling. Alright? Ash Ketchum lost. Alain took the W. Oh my goodness. Poke Annie Twitter was on fire. YouTube was on fire. Bro, I was so angry / sad. I was depressed for 3 days. I took my anime seriously. Dude, I was legitimately depressed for 3 days after seeing that. It was devastated. How would they let this happen? Right? Ash, a trainer who's fought in multiple leagues, the strongest he's ever been. A Greninja, the most popular Pokemon on the planet at that time. Ash Greninja Satoshige Koga, the most anime transformation in the anime. A special Pokemon that everybody would freak out about in universe and outside. He lost! Why didn't you jump over the Blast Bird? Okay, for some coping, I remember I made a video way back when. Maybe my older subscribers will remember, or maybe you're an anime viewer and you might have seen it at some point. The water types are totally weak against fire types, and you had the Brock quote. He was right. Brock was right all along, bro. The Kalos League was so good to watch when there was battles to be had. But man, it sucked when they just skipped a lot of fights, and it's messed up, bro. Greninja's beating grass types, but losing to water types. I hate it here, bro. Why didn't you jump over the Blast Bird? You're a Ninja Frog! Jump! Just dodge! Oh, it was... even in 2023, man, I'm still sad about it. We got robbed, okay? I remember ShowPro's YouTube channel back when they were... I don't know if they do it nowadays, because, I don't know, I don't really follow ShowPro. Dude, they hyped up the Kalos League and Ash Greninja so much. I remember clear as day. In that YouTube video that I was talking about, probably put a card up for it beforehand. That video I was talking about. I screen caps the like-dislike ratio. This was before YouTube was being idiots and hid the dislike bar. And this was also before Japanese companies would disable their ratings because they would do it beforehand. It's like, oh, we don't want to be criticized. We're gonna hide the like-dislike ratio, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that was their turning point. They saw all the dislikes. There's like 35,000 dislikes on their Kalos League video. It wasn't even the video of Alain winning. It was just of the Kalos League, or maybe it was the episode preview beforehand. I forget exactly which one it was, but it was right after the league, and people were furious. Dude, I already know, I've seen multiple arguments of this. Like, specifically, the first one is, guys, Greninja didn't have a type matchup, Charizard's a dragon type now, so in fact, Greninja has a matchup disadvantage. Ron. What annoys me is when I see comments of that video pop up, and then I just see people saying, well, Charizard wasn't at a disadvantage. Yes, it was! Yes, it was! Not a hard disadvantage like it was before they transformed, right? Because dragon types resist water, but fire types are still weak to water, and it's just neutral damage. Neutral damage on both sides. However, if Charizard decides to use fire-type attacks, which is half of its moveset, it's not very effective on Gaykoga. So it is a winning matchup for Greninja. Alright, ya gyms? And also, I see the argument of Alain being super strong, and you're right, he is super strong, right? He beat an Elite Four member, he lost to another Elite Four member beforehand, but he beat Malva in a crazy 10-man boss rush of Mega Evolved Pokemon, which is crazy, by the way. But also, to be fair, he was getting healed and was using items in between the rounds, because you saw him use a Pecha Berry for poison and using a potion, the spray potion, on the Charizard as well. It's not like it fought 10 Pokemon in a row. Not that Alain's Charizard can't sweep people, because in the semifinal round against a Garchomp trainer, you would see that Alain only used Metagross and Charizard. Everybody else was taking 5. But, man! He's like, oh, Ash didn't stand a chance! Yes, he did! He almost beat the Kalos champion! And that was before they mastered the Bond phenomenon! The Kalos champion! They were going to beat her! They were going to beat Alain too at some point! And this was before the Mega Evolution 4-parter! And this was after! No, this was after the Mega Evolution 4-parter. Because Alain went on his quest to help, because Marin wasn't traveling with Alain when Ash and Alain crossed paths. So, once I understand Alain's strength, right? Like, even some legendary Pokemon, like, it took a shot from Mega, or Primal Groudon, took a shot from Mega Rayquaza, which is uber broken, but, like, it wasn't gonna win. And then people bring up the Zygarde as well, which was pretty impressive of Charizard. Like, it helped fight off the 50% Zygarde for Team Flare at that one moment. But Ash's Greninja is cracked, and it's a special power that nobody's seen for like a really long time. It stung, right? For a long time anime, it stung. I know this put a lot of venom in people's hearts, mine included. Great fight. I just think it was ruined by the outcome. Call me a fanboy, call me salty, but that's how I felt. Alright? Is it already over? It is over. Did you hear that? Something's going on outside. People of Kalos, listen well. My name is Lysandre, the leader of Team Flare. As of now, this region belongs to me. Try and fight, and you'll be crushed. Just relax and wait for the world to be destroyed. That is all. I can't believe he's doing this. I have to stop him. Yeah. Kalos isn't over yet, because trouble is brewing. But, yeah, thank you all for watching, and sayonara.